On the line, the NABF title, fighting out of Tacoma, Washington. Stepping on the scale for the 28th time as a pro, Mike Gavronski. Facing off against one of the best fighters in his division out of Philadelphia, PA. 24 victories, 1 lone defeat, 20 KOs, Jesse Hollywood Hart. It is Hart Gavronski. 10 rounds with the NABF super middleweight title on the line. 0.5, 66.
I got a chance to talk to Jesse Hart yesterday at the final press conference. The video's on the channel.
166.5 pounds, 166.5 for Mike Gavronski. Out of Philadelphia, PA.
We talked about the 168-pound division as a whole. Also, hold on.
168.5 for the Philly fighter, 168.5 for Jesse Hollywood Hart. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is our co-feature tomorrow night on ESPN. Proudly presented to you by...
Is it a catch weight? Was it a catch weight for this fight? I need to look into that. Because his face don't seem like, you know, like, it don't seem like... Let me see. Let's go back a little bit.
Scale. $168.5 for the Philly fighter, 168.5 for Jesse Hollywood Hart. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is our co-feature tomorrow.
Whatever. I mean, I don't think the weight matters for a fight like this unless it was contracted. Obviously, if he was supposed to make 168, he probably had to give Mike Gavronski some more money. But the way things are looking, you know, just judging by body language, it's like, you know, like he didn't make weight. Now, of course, you know, that half a pound, you know, it can come off, you know, obviously. Oh, I didn't see. Oh.
Resort Casino.
We was just about to talk about that. I was about to talk about, like, well, he can go get naked. I mean, he can get up there and get butt naked. Carl Frampton had to get naked earlier for the for his fight against Luke Jackson over in Ireland, and basically Tyson Fury is fighting Pianetta and Wilder's there, so that's overshadowed the event. But yeah, this happens. You know, Canelo had to get naked for Liam Smith at 154. You know, fighters be having to get naked up there. But are those underwear at half a pound? Sometimes fighters have to go take a shit. They have to get naked, then take a shit, and we find out later on that they made weight. They get 2 hours.
168 pounds, 168. The official weight for Jesse Hollywood Hart, 168.
All right, he made weight. He made weight. So I wonder if they give him a interview.
Hollywood Hart is our co-featured bout tomorrow night. Top Rank on ESPN.
They gave you the bullshit belt. That height, though, is crazy. Another thing, you know, we got to talk about is I don't understand. I understand that ESPN Plus is a gift. For example, I got to watch the Duke game versus Toronto with Zion. I forgot his last name. You know, like the 6'6", 285-pound power forward that's taken off from the free throw line dunking. Anyway, the $5 that you pay for ESPN Plus is a gift. Now, before we go on, this fight, Shakur Stevenson, Jesse Hart versus Mike Gavronski, And Bryant Jennings versus Alexander Dimitrenko is going to be on regular ESPN starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, from my understanding. And what I like about these cards is that they're over early. I went to the press conference yesterday, talked about a whole lot with Jesse Hart, and more importantly, what he's going to be doing if he wins, which he should. He's predicted to win against Mike Gavronski. I didn't get to talk to Gavronski because by the time I got finished with Jesse Hart, him, Aram, and Bryant Jennings was almost gone. So I did catch up with Bryant Jennings, but we're going to talk about that when we talk about his weigh-in. But Gavronski's last loss was against Deshaun Johnson, who a couple of years ago almost ended the title shot run of Jesse Hart. And I couldn't find any footage on that fight, and I wanted to see how he lost. He's pretty active. His only other loss was against Turiano Johnson. You can watch that fight, old Friday night, ESPN Friday Night Fights fight. When was that? That was back in 2014. So what I noticed about him is he's got activity with him. Like he moves a lot. He throws a lot of punches. Later on in what I've seen of him, he does tend to slow down, but there's not, too much footage out there of him. So this is a stay busy fight for Jesse Hart. He also talked about how he's got a new Top Rank deal, along with, Top Rank has signed the new deal with ESPN. For those who don't know, ESPN is ABC and ABC is Disney. Top Rank is, there's no argument that Top Rank right now is the most powerful entity in boxing. I'm going to say Showtime and Al Heyman PBC, they're all under the same banner, is next. And then Eddie Hearn, which is driven by Anthony Joshua and their new, thing with the Zone streaming service. So I guess what I'm saying is this. Looking at the fact that majority of the big 168-pounders are under other promotional banners. For example, they tried to get David Benavidez over to ESPN, but his contract didn't go through, so he had to give back a signing bonus. It was reported that he had to give back a signing bonus to Top Rank and return back over to the PBC side with Samson Lukowitz, if I'm correct, that's his name. If you look at George Groves could possibly be available if he beats Colin Smith, because Colin Smith is on Sky Sports and The Zone. Rocky Felding, he was talking about how Rocky Felding will likely, after James DeGale, will likely fight, if he wins or whoever wins that, will likely fight Danny Jacobs to try to keep that WBA title. You really got to go watch that interview. We talked about a lot of stuff, and I didn't want to cut the interview up into all these different videos because he just was flowing. And I said that earlier in an earlier video, was that he's very good with the microphone, and he's not under a shitty promotional banner. It's just that in his division, the top fighters, are with PBC, Al Heyman, or are with rival network or rival promotional company and political, whatever it is, The Zone. Jose Uzcata guy was supposed to fight K the Plant. This is, remember, James DeGale gave him this belt just to go, and I got a whole video to do on him versus Rocky Felding, and now it's rumored he's going to fight Rocky Felding. He was talking about Gilberto Ramírez wants to move up to 175. He's having issues with the weight. And that Jesse Hart is saying, allegedly, that Gilberto Ramírez wants to rematch with Arthur Abraham over him. But, no matter, Jesse Hart is, the #1 contender. And if Gilberto Ramírez was to drop the belt and move up to 175, then he's got political stuff to deal with over there with, new WBO champion Alvarez, Kovalev being, signed to HBO on a new contract. Also, Berta BF being over on The Zone for 2 fights, or was it 2 years? I forgot. Bivol, HBO, main event, Donna Stevenson, Showtime. So, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. And if he does vacate, then Jesse Hart will likely be ordered to fight. Jesse Hart could be ordered to fight Arthur Abraham, to be honest with you. I mean, Pila Quillen's at 168 pounds right now, but I'm sure they're going to keep him over on that side, you know, and try to build him up against maybe a David Benavidez, Anthony Durrell, Andre Durrell, if Andre stays at 168 pounds. You know, remember, you got Chris Eubank Jr. out there. You know, Caleb Truax, but Caleb Truax is over there under Al Heyman too, so we'll see. But I don't know if I'm going to the fight. I went to the press conference yesterday, and they, you know, asked, well, do you want to come to the fight? And I was like, yeah. So I'm still trying to maneuver to be able to get out there because, you know, coming back from AC, that driving, you know, I'm sorry. But I got to go to bed, so I got to get one more video out, and then I got a long-ass day tomorrow. I've been working since like 5 this morning. TstreeT Controversy, I did like 11 videos today, or I put out 11 videos a day. It's crazy. TstreeT Controversy, this is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.